Without any fleeting doubt, when you look at what does everyone love? What products, what stories does everyone love? What characters does everyone love? What narrative, concepts, themes does everyone love? What do people love most? Most of all, we love sexism. And we love when women are objectified, when women are sexualized. We love it when women are effeminate, not masculine, or androgynous, which typically means masculine. We love it when women behave as women and behave as they're supposed to, as women. We love women's difference from men. We love their bodies, and we love it when they behave differently than a man, as they are as women, when they behave according to their sex. We love it when women are different and they behave differently than a man. We love it when a woman is innocent and pure, not masculine and experienced. We love it when a woman is modest and demure. We love it when a woman shows her body and makes usage out of her body, unlike in all these manners to that of a man. We do not love it when men do the things that women do. We do not love it when a woman speaks in a specific way equal to when a man speaks a specific way. Flirtatious speech and personality is strictly feminine. Men love it when women are flirtatious. Men love it when women are alluring. Men love how women walk. Men love how women sit. Men love every essence and element, every little bit of what differentiates a woman from a man. We love the way that a woman carries herself, and we love a way that a woman who's truly effeminate goes about a conversation. Now, one of the issues as I speak about this is that women in the modern age have lost themselves in the way that they are. They are no longer traditional, they are now masculine, they are now androgynous, and they are also socially autistic. Many women go through nowadays through life with Asperger's. We have many women who are no longer quite effeminate or socially capable like they used to be as their poor mothers once were. But when you go and you meet and you interact with an effeminate, largely traditional woman, a woman who behaves as women have largely and historically behaved. When a woman is absolutely at her deepest core and is not conditional, it is unconditional. As women love unconditional masculinity, men love unconditional femininity because it means you are not faking it. It means you genuinely are what defines you and how you operate and how you live. A man who is unconditionally masculine, women love. Women love a true man, a masculine man, a man who is strong, a man who does not take no for an answer, a man that fights for what he wants in the world, a man who makes no excuses for himself, a man that is strong, a man who is not cucked out of his mind, a man that is not emasculated out of his mind. Women love men in all the ways that they are different. Women love masculine men. Everyone loves sexism. Men love the differences of women. Women love the differences of men. Women love to be provided for. Men love to provide. Men love to secure the world for women and provide experiences to women. They equally love the fact that a woman has experienced nothing, is modest and pure and innocent. And men love to teach women and show women the world. The second a woman is experienced in the world, and she's lived in the world, battled through the world like a man, we are immediately disgusted by that woman, and we are immediately turned off. We love everything that differentiates a woman from a man, and women love men who have experienced the world. Men who are experienced, men who have defined themselves through maturity, men who have manifested themselves, developed and cultivated complexity within both the mind but also the body. And we can also add through their lifestyle as well, the way that they go through the world and the world that they live in, the world that they've created for themselves. Women love the complexity of a man, and men love the simplicity of a woman. The more complex a woman becomes, or complicated, complex or complicated, the more, however, complex a woman becomes, the less a man will desire her, and the less that she becomes a viable candidate for a man. However, the more complex a man becomes, the more a woman will find herself in love with that man. Does not equal complicated, however, women will typically mix up complicated with complex. But women love complexity within men. The more a man is complex, the more a woman will love that man. The more simplistic a woman is and remains, the more a man will love her. It is as simple as time. Men have loved simplistic women, and women have loved complex men. Everyone loves sexism. And when you look at a story that has inherent, unforgiving sexism going on between all the characters, the women are women and the men are men. The men are the ones taking on the brunt of the storyline. Any storyline, they take on the brunt of the strife, of the struggle. They take on the hero's journey on their back, either by themselves or with a brotherhood. Men love being the man that takes on the world, and women love the men who take on the world. No man loves a woman that takes on the world, muddles herself through toiling into the world's mess. Because also, men are much more resilient than women, and women are far less resilient than men. When women go through the muddle of the world, go through the strife of the world, it will create for them irreversible damage and trauma. Because women do not understand how to overcome their hurdles, their obstacles, their difficulties in life. Women turn their major setbacks into everlasting trauma and baggage. Men turn their struggles and their setbacks into maturity points, developmental points, a moment in time where you realize you must become and you must grow stronger, better, faster, smarter, that you must employ in more intelligent designs and concepts. Philosophy is inherently a male pursuit and a male design, because throughout life and all throughout history, men have always had to figure out methods to overcome the world's setbacks and troubles. It has always been women who are not only incapable of figuring these things out and securing for themselves a way and a passage forward, despite setback, despite failure, and despite pain. It's always been men. And therefore, women have always loved men for their ability to overcome the complex. And men have always loved themselves and been proud of themselves for figuring out the complex. This is why men are inventors. This is why men are warriors. This is why men go to war. This is why men are strategists. This is why men are leaders. This is why men have taken on everything that is difficult throughout life, throughout history, because men love taking on burdens and fixing problems. And part of that is also because of the reward circuit with women and how women love men that can figure out the world. All throughout history, it has always been the male, the masculine burden of performance for men to address the world and figure it out. And women have always loved men for it. The more complex a man is, and the more complexity of the world that a man can address, go toe-to-toe with, and resolve, one way or another, diplomacy or force, it does not matter. The more a man is able to address the world's complexities and he himself enrich himself in complexity, the more a woman will love that man. And the more a woman sustains her purity, her innocence, the more a man will love that woman. Any culture you look at, the women who are more modest and demure, the women who behave closer towards their sexual archetype, those women always become irresistible to men. And those women, without a doubt, will get a man harder than any woman that acts like she knows it all and that she's got it all figured out. If you want to immediately kill off a man's boner, you will, as a woman, act like you've got it all figured out. You will preach about everything that you've overcome in the world, everything that you can fight on your own. Implicit within this is that a woman will always inherently share her baggage. and her irreversible trauma. She will turn topics, interests, and problems that she has gone through or been exposed by. She will turn things that are not even problems, that are not even an issue to begin with, that does not traumatize almost anyone. And she will become traumatized by the things that do not harm. She will gain baggage where there is no luggage to begin with. Women were not made for war. Women were not made for complexity. Women ruin themselves, destroy themselves, and they destroy their dynamic with men when they pursue complexity and masculinity. The more a woman becomes like a man, the more damaged and disgusting she becomes. And the more a man becomes like a woman, the more infantile, meek, and pathetic he will remain to ever be. Men must become and women just are. It is as old as time in history that we have always loved as men the simplicity of women, and it has always been as old as history that women have loved everything that has cultivated and enriched the complexity of a man, because the complexity of a man's world ultimately benefits and improves the world of a woman. And the simplicity of a woman has always brought the innocence, the sanctity, the serenity, the rejuvenation, the beauty. Something that we've lost in modernity, especially, is beauty. What men have relied upon since the beginning of mankind is a woman's beauty. And that comes from the innocence, that comes from the modesty, that comes from the purity, that comes from all the simplicity of a woman and what she is. You cannot run away from the reality that we love sexism, that men love sexism. They love being different from women. They love women being different from them. And it's why we love them. It is why the women have not gone extinct. And women love men. And the reason women have never gone extinct is because they love the men who bring that sufficient complexity to their lives. The men who bring utility around themselves. Women love what men are to them, that women will never be for them. What the two sexes are is irreplaceable within themselves. And that is why they love each other. And that is why they've never gone extinct through human history. You are begging for the erasure, for the removal of the human race. When you say and you believe that they should all be androgynous and the same, the best stories, the best products have all operated off of sexism. The best brands show a beautiful woman that a man can be with. And even sometimes it's not even a beautiful woman, it's just a simply attractive chick who has many deficiencies. But whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Men love to look at women, and they love whatever gateway there is to a woman. Many products have sold themselves off of the concept of a man having access to women through the product. And it has never been sold through men having more access to other men. There's a whole other separate thing about brotherhood, of course, and how men love great brotherhood and a great bond between men. From a fraternal mindset, which is always what it's been for the longest time in history, and recently we've perverted brotherhood. However, men love products that brings them access to women. Men love products that show beautiful women on the cover, like the Conan comic books. You can think of many video games, especially before this wokeness era of gaming, and also movies, of course, as well. We've always loved the movies that have beautiful women in them, the video games that have beautiful women in them. Men have always loved, specifically, the feminine attribute within a product. And of course, the pinnacle of man being an element as well within that product. They love Batman. He reigns supreme over other men. That he is different from a woman. If Batman was like a woman, we would not like Batman. We love for their differences. We love the differences for different reasons. What makes a man and what makes a woman? Batman is memorable because he is masculine, not androgynous or feminine. Catwoman is memorable and beloved because she is not androgynous or masculine. We love characters like Tifa, like Samus, like even Galadriel for different reasons, of course. Galadriel has less of a sexual element about her, but she behaves in a very demure, modest, feminine manner. We love the feminine nature of a character like Galadriel. And that is not to twist it with anything but that. The reason why we love a character like that is just simply because She behaves within the innocence and the simplicity of a woman. When you meet her character in Lord of the Rings, that's how she behaves. She's there to be caretaking, nurturing, and supporting of the men's journey that a woman will not make. Endure the strife thereof. No, this is a journey for men, and the men are taking it on by the brunt of it, willing to sacrifice themselves. We love how the men in Lord of the Rings are different from the women, and we love how the women are different from the men. When you androgynize the two, that is where you inherently destroy either or both. And when you pay attention to any story that has unforgiving sexism between the main characters, where the man is a man, he behaves in a masculine frame of mind, and he achieves masculine pursuits. And in that same story, you have a woman who is feminine. She preserves her femininity. She sustains her simplicity. And all she does is make herself available to the man, supporting to the man. Ultimately, for as long as time has existed, she exists as the helper to the man, as the man remains as the pioneer and the warrior against the world. Those are the dynamics and characters that we love. We don't love it when a woman achieves some great victory. We don't love it when the woman defeats the villain. We don't love it when the woman becomes the hero of a town. No, that is a joke, and we are disgusted with it. We love it when a woman's entire world, like Harley Quinn, is wrapped up in one man. She's obsessed with him, she loves him, and she does everything in her ability to support and be the helper of that man. Whether he's alive or dying, it does not matter. When a woman's entire world is centered on that man, and she exists in unison to his differences, in the pursuit and the essence of companionship, that is what we love. That is why we love feminine characters, women who, no matter what, it is not their convictions, because convictions mean complexity or even complication. We do not love it when a woman has convictions. We love it when a man has convictions. But any woman that is in service of a man's convictions is a preservation of her own sincerity, serenity, modesty, and innocence, even for a character like Harley Quinn. And of course, you look at a character like Harley Quinn nowadays, and of course, she is now a feminist characterization. Now she has convictions. Now she is the boss babe. She is the hero of her town, which happens to be the unit of Suicide Squad, for instance. Now she exists outside of Joker. She needs no man, that whole nonsense. And now she's become a disgusting character. You cannot forget this. If the Joker were as simplistic as a woman, then he would be seen as a little boy. And for that very reason, that would destroy the entire dynamic between the Joker and Harley Quinn. That would destroy their relationship, and that would destroy the archetypal significance of the two. You look in any way of what creates the truthful dynamic between the two sexes, and you will always find that everyone loves sexism the most. You will always find that the women who sustain their simplicity, the women who are the helpers to men, the women who are subject to a man's convictions, not her own, are beloved female characters and women. They also happen to be the female characters that become the most memorable. Two great modern examples we have right now are Aerith and Tifa, because we killed all the rest of them. We killed all the rest of female characters. Now all women today are lesser men. They're disgusting and they're manly. But you look at a man who forges his path forward, who takes up the brunt of the world, the strife of the world, a man who goes to war for the sake of his own convictions. And it has always been all throughout history that the complexity and the enriched complexity of a man becoming something more than what he started as, has always been the type of male character that's not only been the most memorable, but also the most beloved. And those are always the greatest characters that have supporting women around themselves in the story. And there's different ways that this looks. You know, you have a story like Conan, where it's just beautiful women draped around Conan. He sits on a throne, beautiful women around him. He's doing something heroic or daring, thrill-seeking in some sense, and a woman's around him that he's saving or whatever. Whatever it is, A woman is always an ornament in a man's world. She's either an ornament or some sense of a helper, whatever it is. A woman does not make a man, and she will never make a man. And a masculine character that everyone remembers, that everyone loves, and that has possessed cultural, societal, individual psyche. Whatever layer or scale there is, the male characters that always have the most impact are the men who are the most complex, or the men who achieve or pursue the most complexity. We do not love men who carry the same simplicity as a woman. Women have fantasies about Batman, Bruce Wayne, not the soy boy barista working at some coffee shop. Men and women love sexism. We love the differences between the two sexes. We love the inequalities between what we both are. And that is what has fused the two sexes together for all throughout history. And that is what will forever make a man. A man is his difference from a woman. And that will always make him what is attractive to a woman, is his gross inequalities from what a woman is. And for a woman, what will always make a woman beautiful, what will always make a woman desirable, is her simplicity. Her differences and her gross inequalities from a man, her inability to defend herself, will always be desirable to a man. And it is a part of the reason why she's in love with a man in the first place. It is what the two do not have within themselves that they find in each other. That is a part of sexism. That is a part of the sexism we love. And we love the gross differences, the gross inequalities in their totality that you will find between the two sexes. This is where you will find the most successful of films, and this is where you will find the most successful stories, whether it be a book, a television show, a video game. Wherever it is, the greatest stories, the greatest products, they all understand and they all operate upon this very inherent love that we have for sexism.